I'm Noche Miller, and this is Harvey. We're going to go over the whorls on Harvey, his body shape, his head, all that stuff, and see how we do a basic horse whorl analysis and what his whorls tell us about him. Harvey has a high center whorl, right here. That makes him an extrovert. Extroverts are very sensitive, very aware of their surroundings, usually very energetic. Everything else about Harvey's body makes that a right brain extrovert, which makes him very emotional, sensitive, reactive. When he came to me, he was scared of everything. He did not like people. He couldn't be caught. The lady who dropped him off here was horrified that I was taking his halter off. I'd never catch him again. Well, we didn't worry about that. Turned him out to pasture, let him be a horse for a little bit, and started working with him completely differently, and now he comes running to the gate. There's no worry about catching him. We usually have to worry about getting rid of him, except, of course, when I'm trying to do something like this. Come here. Harvey. Hey, don't eat my camera. Come here. Harvey. This is a scary spot for him here. He's not entirely sure that he's comfortable, which is his right brain extrovert side. But he also wants to come back. He wants to try, don't you? Yes, he's willing to try, which is also his right brain extrovert side. We can see his hard, worried eyes that show that he will be scared of things. He worries a lot about pleasing. That's a big concern with him, if you're happy with him. You can easily hurt his feelings. And send him running, ruin his trust in you, or you can build that trust and he'll do anything he can for you to make you happy. Yes. He has worry lines over his eyes. They're gone now. See? Oh, there they are. There's the worry lines back there. They come and go depending on how he's feeling. He has a very high, yes. He has a very refined head. Narrow, hey, no, you're okay. Come here. It's okay. He says, I want to do something. Let me do something. Don't you? Here, fist bump. He has a very refined head, very narrow between the eyes. He has trouble figuring things out without very clear, precise instructions. But once he learns them, he doesn't forget, and he tries his hardest to make you happy. Yes, he does. He's very good at that. He's a good boy. He has a very thin mane and tail. Horses with thinner manes are generally higher strung. His mane also splits right here. You can see he has this beautifully arched neck, but he's swan-necked, which means that it overarches. It comes up and bends. His back stays hollow. It doesn't mean that he's rounded. He has this dropped top line, terrible top line, but we'll get into that later. But the mane splits right where his neck is badly formed. Manes will often tell us if there's any soreness or issues with the body. They split if there's a sore spot. Back. Back. He can't hold still. Another sign of all that right brain extrovertness. He wants to be moving. He wants to be going. He doesn't like this scary spot. But this puts him in position to talk about his hind legs. You see down here, his pasterns, he has pin firing. That is an antiquated form of treatment. Most people don't do it anymore, but we don't know where he came from or who did it. We have no reason to think it was a vet. It's supposed to build scar tissue, increase blood flow, and help heal weak tendons. He was lame when he got here. He's doing better now. But he has hind end issues. He doesn't get ridden because of those hind legs. They're almost perfectly straight up and down, and his pasterns are very weak. When he walks, his fetlocks sink down and almost touch the ground. I would be scared to put any weight on him. I would be scared that he would not be able to hold up to any sort of work. See how perfectly straight these are? I'm not going to say that he didn't start with bad conformation, but it has been exacerbated. It's been increased by hypermobility. That's when a horse's tendons throughout the entire body are way too stretchy. And allow the body to just flex. His stomach, this huge pendulous stomach that hangs clear down, all the tendons that would be holding that up in a better position are weak and allow it to sag. The tendons that should be holding his legs upright instead of those fetlocks sinking to the ground are weak and they sag. That weakness through the body, the lack of stability, also makes a horse higher strung and spookier. They feel that they can't control their body, that it's just doing things that they aren't asking, and that makes them scared. How could it not? Through muscle building, we can help make that stronger and give him a longer lifespan, but he's never just going to be a good, healthy horse. And he is always going to be higher strung. You got flies, huh? Sticky flies. See, look at that. Look at those big, pretty, perked ears looking all over the place. The ears also show a more sensitive, high-strung horse, very responsive and aware of everything around him. More energy. What a pretty boy. Come here. On his front end here, oh, bud. Let me see your head. It's kind of fun to get to do a video instead of just sharing a picture because we can see how a right-brained horse acts. He's out of here. We're not doing enough to keep his attention. He's done. He's spooking at things. He's wandering. Come here, Harv. I went ahead and put a halter on him because I had just a couple more things I wanted to talk about. And he's not thrilled about being here. He says it's scary. Step to the other side. Hope that we can see it better. Okay. He has one tiny little whorl right here in the front of his neck, which basically means nothing. It means he'll arch nicely as his neck does, with no extra muscling underneath. He has no whorls in the throat latch area, which also makes him arch nicely. He has a beautifully shaped neck, too pretty. But his chest whorls, this side, you can barely see them. They come up from the pectorals, and this one circles up to here. It circles up and around, and this one comes clear up to here. He has huge, high chest whorls, pectoral whorls, chest whorls, whatever. Anyway, these show that he will have high forward leg action. He does have very active leg action. He paws terribly, or used to, and he just loves to have these legs up and going, don't you? Is that big? He is constantly going with these legs, just like a dog does, reaching and pawing. You may have noticed that earlier. You step big. He likes to do things with his front legs, except right now. This is the other thing. Right brain extroverts. He didn't want to be here. He told me that he left. I said, no, you have to come back. We have a couple more things to do. He's reached the point now where he's just like done. He's not actively engaging. Are you coming back? Huh? Right brain extroverts can become completely shut down when they are scared and forced to do things they don't want to do, like stand here. And you won't be able to get them to do anything. His chin, he's got this hard, round little chin, and when he gets upset, it comes to a little ball in the front. It's this hard, round little ball, and his eyes just totally blank out, and he's not paying any attention anymore. We can't get him to move. He's catatonic. If we pushed him, he would just explode. Like that, right there. Oh, but there we got a sigh and some chewing. Are you going to calm down now? Mm-hmm. It's amazing how a horse can be completely not calm without moving. He doesn't have to run around. I'd feel more comfortable if he was running around looking, spooking. But this is when you get in trouble, is when they just shut down and they're done. So this is a wonderful example of a right brain extrovert. Slightly crazed, but loving. So sweet and loving. Just because they get scared doesn't mean they won't try their heart out and be as brave as they possibly can for you. Hi! What's over there? Are you looking at the other horses? Harvey wants to please more than anything in the world, and that can make him a nervous wreck. Can't it? Maybe. A very good boy who can't be expected to do things things, he would never be a police horse. Or, come here. I don't know. Things that require bravery and steadiness. For a trail horse or show ring, or lots of things where we can appreciate his try, if not his bravery. He's perfect. Aren't you? Kisses? Kisses?